Cyber Traders! Welcome back. What we got? 2 days left? Yep. Actually, 2 more days until the end of the month. What's this? We got a couple of snoozes coming up here. How's everybody doing? Good to see you, everyone. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning, everyone on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome back. Hope everybody's ready for the week. You know why it's a slow week? You know, just kind of thinking about it. You know why it's really slow? Spring break. Kids are off from school. So if you notice it, Monday, there was a couple of stocks that made some nice moves yesterday. We'll talk a little bit about them. But overall, you know, this is that type of a week. We had a great month so far. Week's starting to slow down. And you know what? I'll be on vacation tomorrow. So this is going to be, so you're going to have the great staff at CTU going out there and working with you. But it's okay. Listen, that's what we train for. So that's what we're looking forward to. So anyways, a couple of news that are coming out this morning. Bitcoin news with PayPal can affect some of the ride stocks and Mara stocks. Also, there's a new ETF that's coming out. You got this ARKT trading today. It can affect the stock space and other space-related stocks. You know, does everybody understand what an ETF is? An ETF is just like a basket of stocks, and it's just another way of like trading an industry, but you're trading like a basket of them. It's like they're always coming out with ETFs. So some people are like, well, if you like an industry, you know, you just trade that ETF. So I don't know. It's like another way of like gambling or something like that, or just like, you know, it's like they come up with something. It's like they come up with options. What's next? They come up with cryptocurrencies, right? But ETF's okay once in a while. I don't know. I always find that ETFs get more crushed more than anything. I see these ETFs constantly like, you know, do reverse stock splits. And when they do like a reverse, they do like a 10-to-1. Let me see. How about this one? Let me bring up this one. This one was the best. Gush. Remember Gush, everybody? This stock did reverse stock split. With all the reverse stock splits, the stock was over at 5,000. You know, where is it today? You know, it's trading on 35. Stock was never a $55 stock, but I mean, it was, I remember the stock was trading at like 10 cents or 20 cents, and they got to bring it to a normal value. But when they do all these stock splits, you got to be really careful with them. So anyway, let's talk about some of the stocks that we traded yesterday. There were a couple of decent ones. We're going to check them out, and then we're going to go through the watch list that's moving this morning. So a couple of things I want to bring up. HGEN is one of them. So that stock right there had a really nice move early in the morning. You can see HG. Let me just blow this up so you can see a little bit bigger. So this stock was probably one of the nicest ones yesterday. You know, you could see pre-market was disgusting. It just kind of came down. And then all of a sudden, right around like 10:45, it woke up, did a little bit of a shake. I know we traded it yesterday in our class, in our phase 3. And then sure enough, at that 24, and you see the stock ran to 28. So that was a nice $20 move to $28. And, you know, had a little bit of a shake here. And then also had a nice little pop. But listen, 11 o'clock, party's over. And what happened? On the way down. So that pretty much ended that one. But that was a really nice day trade yesterday. Another one, SEAC was also, spelled it wrong. Little fat fingers there. That one also, nice little move going right into the afternoon. We saw this one trading it too. This one was really, really nice. And it wasn't an expensive stock. Had a couple of shakes. And then sure enough, you could see it like, which was pretty cool at this stock. You know, if you watched it, it really was a slow moving stock. It had these heads and shoulders that was going through. It was having a really tough time getting past this $1.90. And then at exactly 3:45, the second last move before the close, which we're all very aware of, boom, the thing decided to go to 190 all the way to 260 like that. Great mover, even did a little bit of a shake. Actually, I'm sorry, it was big in the after hours. It went up to about 210, did a little bit of shake in after hours, and then popped after hours. And you could have traded it up until, I don't know, it could have been done around like 4:30. But really, really nice move. She's on her way back down. This is why you got to be very careful to holding positions overnight. But she was a really nice move after hours. And just one more, HOFV I want to bring up. That one also pretty nice little move. You can see the stock has been building a nice little Fausto flag over here, Hall of Famer. We've been trading the stock, you know, up until about 275. By the way, go back to our journals, go back to our Twitter feed, go back to our YouTube channel. But yes, we were trading this stock up until about 2 weeks ago. And sure enough, now it's starting. It made a really nice move. It ended up becoming a very nice, not only a day trade, but it became a very good swing trade. But yesterday, she was, she had a really nice push. She had a nice little move early in the morning. You could see it right here. She was a late bloomer, and then she did another nice little move going in the after hours up until about 3:30, and then I don't know, she kind of crapped out right there. But that one also was a pretty nice little moving stock. So that's what we missed yesterday, which is okay, which is great. Listen, there's always new stocks to trade. Just want to look up here what I got up here on my radar, see if anything showed up. There we go. Keep getting these dismiss all. Got a couple of stocks that obviously are moving this morning. Not a great list. I'm not really sold. There's not a lot going on. But we saw what happens when the market opens up. All of a sudden, things start making a big move. So let's go shop around and see what we got here and what's making some decent moves. I want to start off with the biggest percentage gainer on the NASDAQ and the most active stock on the NASDAQ, which is CSCW. So this stock right here already traded almost 40 million shares in pre-market. The stock right here, you can see, was at $1.60 to $1.40. She started early this morning. She's got this big resistance levels around 260. She came back down to $2. She's got a very decent spread. She's breaking a 52-week high, which is pretty cool, pretty nice. But but just keep in mind, this is an algo stock. What an algo stock means a lot of algorithms, a lot of trading, a lot of big block orders takes to move it. So, but she holds here pretty strong like this. I can see it's doing a big pop, but always remember, stocks do slingshots. Got to be careful of those slingshots. VIPs, a lot of you remember this stock. We did well with this stock. And not only is it day trade, but as a swing trade, the stock in October was at $15, ran all the way to $45. Been a really nice mover. But you know what? Took a big hit yesterday, went from 33 down to 28. The stock's been on a really big downtrend. And I think there's the same situation that happened with Viacom too. But she made a little bit of a comeback. She's up a little bit this morning. She looks a little strong. Let me bring this chart to see a little bit better. You can see it right there. Starting to trend up a little bit. She's got very small tier sizes, which students, all my students from yesterday in class. Remember, I told you the most important part of a trade is not buying it; it's getting out of it. It's all about your losers. And this stock obviously has a little bit of a big tier size, which you always focus on. So be careful of that. Forgot to mention the time. Time was the other one. TME. This one also took a big hit. Same thing like the VIPs. You can see one from 32 all the way down to 15. It's coming up a little bit. We did well with this stock too yesterday. Looks like she's also a pretty good mover. GSX, another one that came up on my radar that got really crushed. The stock was in the 160s, got crushed all the way back down to the $20. Major support levels here, right around these prices, and she's starting to go back up at those prices. She started doing it yesterday. So I don't know if she's going to be too much of a day trade, but she might be a little bit of a swing trade on that stock. I love stocks that get crushed. I really do. Not that I'm a negative person. It's just that, people average down. Whatever goes up comes down twice as fast. And you know what? They do come up a little bit. Even if it came back even a quarter of it, where it finished up, it's still a pretty good trade. What we got here? We got MBRX, another one. Cheap old stock, decent spread, got good tier sizes, up 21%, almost 4 million shares already traded. She's been holding here, though, for a while, though. Since 8 o'clock this morning, she hasn't moved in a range of 440 to 460. She's got a big iceberg order that's having a tough time breaking it. She's up from 350 from 375 from yesterday. But if she holds here and she starts hovering at the highs, I could see this doing a big spike right at the open. So this one, I also want to keep an eye on it. And by the way, last but not least, this is not Tesla. I mean, some people actually thought this was like a Tesla warrant back in July. The stock went from 4 to 12. I'll never forget that. Just because the symbol looks very similar to Tesla. But it's TLSA, not TSLA. So anyway, nice little cheap little stock. Pretty decent spread. Kind of good tier sizes. And up 15%. It's not up huge, which is nice. but she's on the right direction, on the right move. So I like this one also. I'm going to throw on the watch list. But overall, it's not like usually at this time of the year, we'll get like 10 stocks that will like, what do I got? 6? You know what I mean? So it's not really a lot. So, we just got to work what we got. But we always find out when the market opens up, things always move. Jones says, yeah, those are all the stocks on the short side. VI was VIAC. Yeah, I mean, they were all, that's Viacom. I mean, like, they all got hammered from that. But you know what? They're starting to come back a little bit. So listen, those things really came down a lot. That's for a brand name stock like that, that's a lot. Okay. Yeah, you could thank Mr. Wang regarding about that Ponzi scheme that actually made these stocks run up the way they do. Listen, it's not normal that a stock in a month, or 2 months goes up. I mean, I didn't even know Viacom was a $25 stock, honestly. That's pretty bad, actually. I mean, you would think a real big brand name. So this is a major company. It's not like a toy. You know what I mean? But when you have a stock that goes up from 37 to 100 like that, you know what I mean? You don't become $100 billion company to a 200 or $300 billion company in less than 2 months. That's obviously something going on there. But whatever goes up comes down twice as hard. But it was a great short, though. All right, cyber traders, anything else I'm missing I did not call out? We always find something new when the market opens up, like I always say. So we got something to work with. I'm not really impressed in pre-market so far. I didn't buy anything or trade anything in pre-market. I'm just telling you right now. I sat down. I just watched. I was like, when I jumped in around 8 o'clock this morning, I didn't see anything that was attractive for me to sit there and do anything. But I like to see. I want to see some of these stocks that got really crushed. Maybe they're going to come back a little bit. All right. All right. So anyway, listen, we got classes starting in about a little bit more than 15 minutes. So anyone that's in my phase 3 class, today we got phase 3, lesson 3, and lesson 4. So we're going to be starting at 9:35. If you want to learn how to get into the class and trade side by side with me and understand what you're doing right and wrong, talk to education advisor. So students, I will see you there. And then also, if you're new here to CTU, make sure hopefully you talk to your education advisor. You told a little bit about it. And if you're watching us YouTube, Facebook Live, just like us, friend us, and get on our mailing list so you can get some alerts and see how we trade. If you want to jump in the room, you're more than happy to. Worst thing that could happen is you learn something. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. I'll see you, the rest of you, all in class.